Call of Duty points are now in Infinite Warfare. If you want the best way to get free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start getting yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about the new weapons that have been found in the code for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm talking about everything that we can because it's a huge leak. Basically, what happens is, I'll explain in a second here, but if you guys could drop a like on this video, I'd really appreciate that. Smack those likes up. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, everyone dropping likes in the videos. It means a ton to me, and let's get right into this. So essentially what happens is every time there's a big update for Infinite Warfare, and there was a big update a few days ago, there's another update yesterday, what happens is the data miners is what they're called on the PC version of the game look into the files, and they can actually find new stuff that's been added into that patch that isn't put out in the patch notes. Because if Infinite Warfare is and Infinity Ward is putting out new weapons, they're not going to put in the patch notes because they want it to be sort of a surprise. However, these data miners on the PC version are always able to unlock and show us what is coming up, and today we have, I believe, 7 new weapons that were leaked. Some of them are in very early development, and other ones are actually already developed, so there's a big mix here between them. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this. If you guys can, drop a like on this video, I'd really appreciate that, like I said, and let's get right into this. So the first one, of course, is going to be the Model 2187. Now, this one has been talked about a little bit. I've talked about this one before, but now there's actually some images and there's some actual more developments coming out about the Model 2187. This weapon is basically the futuristic reimagining of the Model 1887 from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It was seen in previous data mines, but now has its own animations and working attachments. So that means this gun is most likely going to actually be coming to the game because they're still working on it, and I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm guessing it can be run akimbo. It still obviously needs a little bit of work on it, so it won't be out immediately, but I would guess that this would be out in the next drop or the drop after that. The Model 2187, if you guys didn't play MW2, basically the Model 1887 was a super awesome shotgun. It was okay if you ran it solo, but if you ran it akimbo is when it would be the best, and that's when the Model 1887 really shined, and that was from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So I'm super hyped for this weapon, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will be as well. The next one is going to be the Barrett 50 cal. Now this is one that a lot of people are super hyped about. BA 50 cal, that's what the name is right now. I've been saying Barrett 50 cal, and it's a classic semi-automatic sniper rifle found in many Call of Duty titles. According to the data miner, the Barrett 50 cal still needs animation adjustments and other changes. So that means it's beginning development, but it probably won't be out for a while. This is not really that big of a surprise. Infinity Ward is using all their cards on this game. You know, they already have the intervention in, which is probably the most famous sniper from their series ever, and probably the second most famous sniper would be either the M40 or the Barrett 50 cal. So Barrett 50 cal coming back is definitely something that's very good for a lot of snipers, and a lot of snipers will love that. I've always liked this sniper rifle because you have the ability to spam it up close range, which is kind of cheap, but it's also a good way to get kills because, you know, you don't just have to shoot a random no-scope. If you get up close, you can just boom, 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 spam it, kind of get those cheeky kills, and it's also a really cool sniper. Back in MW2, I used this one in the intervention all day long. Next one is going to be the Goss. This weapon was categorized as a light machine gun, though any Goss gun found in other titles functions differently. You can charge the weapon before you fire, and the longer you hold the charge, the more damage you'll deal. So this one kind of seems like one of those BS guns from Black Ops 3, the super futuristic stuff. It makes sense. Infinite Warfare is a futuristic game, so was Black Ops 3, and it kind of seems like this one will be like the LV8 Basilisk, I guess you could see, where you charge it up, and the longer you charge, the more damage you deal. It's kind of similar to the LV8 Basilisk. This one is very, very early in the developmental stage. I think this one will be pretty cool. However, just like most of those futuristic gimmicky guns from Black Ops 3, it probably won't be the best gun in the game, and it probably won't be that good at all. However, it will be something that will be fun to use maybe, and all that sort of stuff. That's what I think about this Goss, which is maybe going to be an LMG, but sort of a special super powered energized LMG. Next one is going to be the Longshot, which the Longshot looks like a sniper rifle, but acts like a shotgun. I'm not sure where the developers are taking this weapon, but it sort of looks like the USAS-12 from Modern Warfare 3 when swapped with a gun on the ground. So this one we don't really know. It looks like it's going to be a sniper rifle because the placeholder for it is the Widowmaker sniper rifle, which usually means this one will be a sniper rifle. However, the Longshot is still very early in development. It could end up being an assault rifle. It's acting like a shotgun. So of course they're still experimenting with this, and with this huge leak, leak. These weapons, like, there's 7 weapons here. Obviously, they're not going to drop 7 at once, so this could be the next, like, this could be the rest of the whole game's life cycle drops of weapons. I hope it's not, and I think we'll get more, but this will definitely cover at least a few months of drops. And this one is very early development, the Longot. Pretty cool name, to be honest, if that's the name they end up going with. A lot of the time, also, what they'll do is they will switch the names before they actually put out the guns. They did this a lot of times before when their guns were leaked. However, Longot seems pretty cool, and I am pretty excited for that one. The next one is going to be the UNSAL LMG. It's a burst fire LMG which auto generates ammunition and has a grenade launcher. At this moment, the weapon uses other Infinite Warfare assets as placeholders for its animation and appearance. So basically, this one just has, there's no picture for it, it just has the raw being the picture, but it has the name, the UNSAL LMG, and they have sort of the description through the coding of what it's going to be. So a burst LMG with a built-in noob tube and auto generation. Burst LMG, I'm definitely a fan of seeing that in the game. Auto generation of ammo, the energy weapons, I don't really care for those. I mean, they're pretty good, but it's not a deal breaker for me in any way. And noob tube built in, definitely something that is not very strong right now, and I never use the noob tube built in on the OSA or on any of the other weapons. Like the Trencher Epic Blitzkrieg has it too, and I never end up using that anyway. So that's my opinion on that one. Still a burst LMG. LMGs in this game, you guys know I'm very fond of them. I think LMGs are super strong, and to have a burst one is pretty cool, so I am pretty excited for this. Of course, we're gonna have to wait and see for more info on this thing. Next one is going to be the Mag, potentially the 44 Magnum is what they're saying right now. There's no truly way to determine what the sidearm might be due to the Mag using the Hailstorm as a placeholder model. So what that means is there's no pictures of it. All we know about this is Mag, and it's going to be a pistol of some sort. So this could just be like a code name for the 44 Magnum. These are all early development. Like if when I'm making a video, I might save the file as, you know, NV4 class, but then when I put it up to YouTube, I'm going to title it Overpowered class or something like that. And that's sort of what they're doing here. Maybe they just Mag pistol. That does lead me to think that it could be the 44 Magnum, which would be really dope to see in this game. And like I said, they're using all their cards on this, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. However, who knows what this will be. Another pistol, which will be pretty cool, and not really that excited for that one. We do need more info. It's kind of hard to tell what this is going to be, but just getting that out there, the first thoughts out there on the Mag. Next one is going to be the TAC Burst. As you may have guessed, this pistol fires in short bursts. It currently uses the OSA assets as placeholders. So this one could be they're saying they think it's going to be a pistol. It's going to be some sort of burst. TAC burst obviously leads to believe that it's going to be a pistol. However, it does have the OSA as its placeholder, which means it could be an assault rifle. Unfortunately, because these weapons were found in a data mine, there's no release date for these things. They're all early development, but you know, definitely gets the hype up when these things are data mined. So I don't think Infinity Ward even minds that these things are getting leaked, because it just brings the hype up. If it's like Barrett 50 cal and some of the other stuff we found through here, the 44 Magnum, the model at 2187, all this stuff just gets the hype up and just gets us excited about these weapons coming to Infinite Warfare. Hopefully all of these come out at some point, but hopefully they also have more. I hope these aren't the rest of the year's drops, because I think that, you know, Infinite Warfare, when they put out these weapons, they put them out for free or through a challenge. It's really good, and also that the prototypes are available in supply drops only, so it's a good mixture of playing to the fan base and also playing to their wallet. And I think that they do this great, and I think that, you know, if they keep up this style for all of this, there's a reason for us to be excited here, because we're going to all have a chance at getting these. It's not like Black Ops 3, where in Black Ops 3 I really wanted to get the AK-74U. I spent my money, I spent 50 bucks I think opening for the AK-74U, and I didn't get anything good. I got the Void camo, but I recorded the opening and I just didn't get anything good other than the Void camo, so I didn't even end up uploading it. But it's like $50 there and I got nothing, when in this game you're going to get all these if you have the season pass, and even if you don't, you just complete the simple challenges. That's one thing Infinite Warfare does good, but I guess it's a bit different when Black Ops 3 is such a hyped up game, and they have the ability to do that because their player base is so large. And Infinite Warfare, the player base is probably similar, but it's the newer Call of Duty, so of course, you know, it would be expected for the player base to be higher. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys could, like I said, drop a like on this one. Let me know in the comment section down below which of these guns are you most excited for coming to Infinite Warfare. I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for Cookie and Don't Looky. And also, that's about it, guys. Have a great night. I'm out. Peace.